people will hold each a different end, just in the off chance that they need to pull you back. Um, but yeah, you
Okay.
you are casually and
Uh,
nicely caught.
I'm going to take this tile, number 2, and place it here, like on the thing, because it's not aligned.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I
Mm-hmm.
know I can hold onto it and then jump onto it.
Also, let me get rid of the grid. There you go.
Okay, so now I should get it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So you want me to jump on top of that tile? Is that right?
Yeah, I want to go on tile. First of all, I want to see what happens when I put the tile on the tile.
just to check, who's actually going first? Is it you,
Eh,
Sol?
yes.
Are you
Oh, I thought it was
going?
me.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Varnix too.
Ah, okay. You want it, but the rope is tied to me,
Varnix.
right? Loudness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay. So Varnix, put yourself there if you would be so kind.
If I
Well,
jump
but
on
there's
the
something.
tile, does it completely cover the bottom one?
Well, you'd have to jump over there for starters, and then I'll let you know.
So here goes.
Okay. So there's a 10 foot distance, which, given you're a monk, I'm not even going to think about it. As you leap over there with the tile in hand, they let go enough of the rope for you to be allowed movement. And as you leap over, um, land, do you just hold on to the tile? Do you place it? What do you do with it? And this is just in that moment as you land. What's your first instinct?
My instinct is to crouch down and just get a hold of the tile on in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still standing on top of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to be ready in case I need to pick it up.
So the tile itself has been placed down on the platform beneath you.
Yeah, because it was
Okay.
chucked on there first. So I'm on it. I'm crouching down.
Okay.
Sorry, I jump on the tile and I crouch down, get my hands just on the edges of the tile, just ready to pick it up in case I have to really quick. And I'm just waiting for any changes and anything.
Okay. Do. So, um, as you land and you're just being wary, holding onto the tile ready, you hear the word journey echoed from the deep below you, coming from a voice itself that sounds like it's duplicated. It's repeating with this deep bassy boom that doesn't actually cause a boom or anything, but you do feel this sudden slight rush of wind run past you. And as you quickly look around, look up just in case, above you you see that tile that you're currently on has been illuminated perfectly in replication above you. And then as you look down, you see the tile below you has lost its light.
So the tile above me is more illuminated. The tile I'm standing on has lost its light.
Mm-hmm. The in on the roof above you, it now has that symbol instead of what you're standing on.
I give it a few more moments. I'm still crouching down
Mm-hmm.
with my hands just on the edges of the tile in case anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
Any more changes?
Nope.
Alright, I guess I slowly stand up and turn to face the group and just give them a thumbs up.
Okay.
Seems to work.
Okay. We can reach up to here with no issue. After that, we'll have to juggle some pieces. So that should be fine by us. If you like, take number 5 and put it in front of you and jump there,
Yeah.
and one
I
of us could jump to 2.
So which tile are we aiming to jump for? One, the one in front of me or the one to my right up
It
here?
doesn't really matter because both is fine, because we can go like here, or we can go here, either way we can get to here, which is when we will have to recycle either this or this, but yeah.
And probably it's best to continue to the one in front of me here because on the path in front, this symbol isn't on there, so that's like the sixth one we can use.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I guess I face the group and just like hold out my arm.
Oh.
So they can pass me the next one.
Lee, I accidentally deleted the tile.
I fall to my death.
He explodes.
Yeah, thank you.
You are welcome. So what's next?
Patriot.
Number 5. Right?
Mambo.
Number 5.
Yeah, Mambo.
Like this, right? I'm gonna pass you the tile.
I grab the tile of soul, and I just place it on the one ahead of me.
So before anything else, I'm going under the assumption that the rope is being held by Brick and Carrick?
Not by me, that's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to help, but
I'll be holding it.
Okay. So in the case of you, Sol, you have to like really like lean a little bit uncomfortably over the edge to begin to pass it across.
can I just magic hand it?
Yes, I
That's
believe
what
you
want
can.
to.
Okay, then I'm gonna magic hand it.
Okay. So the hand floats over the abyss and passes the tile over to you, Varnix.
Alright.
As
You can jump to the next one.
you touch the other tile.
Oh.
Carrick and Brick will need to make strength saves to pull you from dropping to the abyss.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a tall ass dragonborn. I can lean a couple feet.
that's not the problem. Are you there, Connor? Ah, it was a save. What's the
Yep.
difference between the two? Is there any difference, or is it both 3?
No, 6.
Okay,
Is the
so
save.
12. So, as the tile from the hand is slowly dragged over the abyss, and Varnix reaches out and grabs it, the second he grabs it, the light of the tile in his hand, the other tile, illuminates, and the flickering of the colour on the roof above him fades to nothing again. The tile beneath his feet illuminates, and you hear booming from the ground beneath you the pit. Wrong. As it booms, you feel underneath you, Varnex, the platform gives way, and it's like it disappears for a moment. You begin falling, but luckily because they're holding onto it, though they weren't expecting it, they do keep you from falling because, of course, there's 2 of them.
Okay.
But you do.
Okay, so in one hand I've got the tile right.
You've got
Sorry,
one.
in
tile.
one hand I've got tile number 5 right.
Yes. And in the other
Can
hand,
I
you have
make it
tile
a
number
quick-
2.
Oh, so I still got that in one hand.
Mhm.
Alright then, yeah, we're good.
So as you fall, because of your dexterity, I won't bother asking for anything else. You push your feet out in front of the wall and stop yourself from falling any further, and begin slowly climbing your way back up with the 2 tiles, as those 2 help bring you back. As you return to ground, the tile that fell beneath you, just straight up disappeared, reappears with this slow revealing through the gas. And it is unlit.
Okay.
So
Perhaps
let's
two
just mark
perhaps
on the
2
map.
tiles. Perhaps 2 tiles can't overlap the same one.
I think it's more of a right tile, wrong tile kind of thing. Like if this one is not like this is the right one and this is the wrong one.
Okay.
So we'll just mark.
We
this
we
and
can
this.
test that because we
Yeah.
can place like this tile on this one and I can step on that and see what happens.
Do you guys want me to like go on it so you three will have easier time to pull me up in case shit happens?
Okay.
I think it's better if the three strongest will stay behind, just for precaution.
So, where would
Are
you
you
like
sure
to
about
go next?
So are we going with it?
I think it's worth testing. Yeah.
Okay, so we should switch the rope to me, I think.
Hmm. The rope is applied to you. 3 tethers are made. You have about, I'd say by this point, you'd have about 25 foot of distance from the start of the bridge ahead. Because obviously, if there's 3 tethers, 3 people to hold onto it, you lose rope pretty quick. But you can get up to 25
just
feet
for
away.
testing the first one.
Yeah.
So I'll take the tile, put it here with me, and do the same thing Barnex did.
So is your, what's your first instinct? Do you, as you get there, do you place it down on the floor with you, or do you hold it, or?
I placed on the floor.
Okay. So as you like leap over, and you slowly like drop it underneath your feet, and kind of look around. Similar circumstance. The light of the one on the floor beneath you disappears, and you look up. That symbol appears above your head on the roof, and you hear the word convergence come booming from below.
Okay. I'm gonna look back and shrug. Do I have enough rope for another one?
You do.
Okay. So let's say convergence. Convergence.
Convergence is the one you're currently on.
Yeah,
So do you think it's worth us passing you
I think the
tile
words
number
are
4 intersect?
could be. So I think I'll get the intersect one and do the same thing here. Just to,
Who's passing it first?
my magic hand.
Okay. Are you using the magic hand to put it over there, or are you taking it from the magic hand?
Wait. Hold on. This is suspicious.
Hmm.
So
I know.
I'm going
I
to
know why.
Yeah, I'm going to say, someone please pass it to me. Not by magic, not by anything else, by hand.
I can do it since I'm up front around here. I'll
Hey,
I'll hold the tile with an outstretched hand to Mozzie. Sorry, Sol.
Yep.
I'd like to ready a reaction to just yoink
Mm-hmm.
at the first sign of
Trouble.
Soul falling.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you lean your hand outward, holding onto the tile, Sol, as you reach your hand out, you grab it, just pretty easily to be fair. As you grab it and Varnex lets go, immediately the effects that caused trouble the last time occur this time. The tile beneath you loses power, the one above you loses light, and the ground beneath your feet gives way.
I see. So, I get it.
Luckily, because
First of all,
preparations,
yoink me.
they will yoink you. Make your strength save with advantage. Garrick? Oh dear, bugbear. So, the pair of you...
Do I have to do it as well?
I mean, you don't really have to. They did pretty well, to be fair. If you wanted to, more than welcome. You guys, seeing what's happening, very quickly, like, pull him across, and he literally lands flat foot with both tiles, if you so choose to, in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you return over.
Okay. Okay, so I think I know what the thing is because someone else should go. Like, okay, let's say, you know what? Since I have Misty Step, I can go first, but someone else need to go second. So
Okay.
let's tie
What's your
someone who's a bit light to the rope. I'm looking at Helfer or Invisa.
Halfir
I
has
was
already
thinking of
stepped
Halfir's.
forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing as soon as Sol says someone light, everyone just turned to Halfir's direction.
And
Yeah.
he's already moving forward at this point.
Good. So let's tie the rope to him. I'll go first. He can go second. Like what we did now, but I'm first. He's second. Same thing.
My question is though, how are we gonna get the second tile across?
He's going to take it and jump on my tile and on the other one.
Yeah.
If
But-
we fall, I Misty Step. You pull him up.
No, the thing is that I've noticed is that every single time you bring upon a different tile on the tile that you've just activated, that deactivates. So if he steps on the same tile as you with a different
Mhm.
tile, that will deactivate. So it might be worth just magic handing over the other tile onto the next one, and then having Althea move over.
Okay, we can try that. Sure, we'll do that. Tie the rope around Helfer. I'm going to do the same thing with the tiles that I did before. I'm not actually falling, I just need to move.
Decides to end it all right there.
Yeah. Well, had a fun campaign, but I'm off.
Whee! Okay, similar thing. It activates light above, etc. Halfir will
Oh.
jump across to this one. Similar thing, light above activates. Because he is holding the 9, the word incarceration is boomed from below.
So you're saying I should cast Magic Hand like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do that.
As the hand pulls it and drops it in the tile in front of you, nothing happens.
Okay, that's good. I think Halfir should jump to the other one. Here. Do you guys think the same or?
Jump into that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he's still got rope around him, so.
Yeah, it should be fine.
He looks back at you each, just kind of nods his head a little bit, turns, looks toward it, looks down at the tile at his feet, and then he's good. Just jump over. As he jumps over and lands, you see as, for a second, the tile beneath his feet starts illuminating, but then there's this darkness that covers the rune instead, and the voice from below booms. The waves are inconsistent. The journey must be completed. And you all see as the tile that was left there is hovering, but the platform drops, and Halfir starts to drop. Everybody give me a strength check, please. Or strength save, please.
Everybody? I mean, am I falling?
You two are falling, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna Misty Step here.
Okay. So, poof. The tiles that were there, that were not held, are stuck in place. For the sake of a bit of speed, I'll say that if you want to place them back there at some point, then that's fine. I will just leave them there for context. But Halfir returns back because you guys guided him. he lands. But these two tiles here, they are technically at you guys' side. But again, for the sake of a bit of speed, I'll leave them there. Though the platforms
Okay.
themselves are currently, and then they're as they started, and on the roof above you, they are currently blank. There is no light.
Wait, so maybe we should just put all three down and jump on it, and maybe that the journey should be complete, like as in, because someone says, beware thee, that tells thee hold truth, familiarity will allow you to walk, but cooperation will let you to stay. So maybe we need to like complete a line, and then we can go to the other line, as in the journey must be completed.
It's true.
That may be a problem because this line has repeats, and so does this line.
You think that's bad?
And this line is all the same.
Yeah.
So, how do you guys want to resolve that?
Done. Let me just move those so I will be able to delete
Mhm.
this. Okay, so I did this and this.
So,
This is fine.
who's moving?
Those were fine.
Who's moving where? And who's being roped?
Does Halfil have Misty Step?
Halfil can turn into a bird, but in terms of Misty Step, he does not.
No, but he can turn into a bird.
Yep.
So he should be fine. So someone else need to be tied down, looking at Medusa, probably.
For other reasons, but okay.
Yeah. And maybe we can try the theory. Journey must be completed. What does that mean? Cooperation will let you stay aloft.
Maybe we can't leave a tile space unoccupied. When Halfie jumped to the other one, that left this space like empty.
Okay. So you're saying that, yeah, someone should.
It
okay,
also
so
left
what
a row undone.
But how can we complete this row then?
Just have to find out.
Fine. Then I think Halfir should be here. I should
Oh.
be in the middle, and
Did the big booming voice not say journey?
yes.
When you jumped on the branch, it looks like a branch. Kinda looks like a branch.
Mm.
This is not good at puzzles.
So let's try to complete a line. You know what? Let's just do that.
Journey, don't stop believing. God.
It's a good song.
Who's going left? Who's going middle? And who's going right?
I'll go middle again. Halfil can go left, and someone else can go right.
Netissa will go.
So we're 10 rope around the Nidissa, right?
Okay.
Okay. Place yourselves where you need to be.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna place myself where I need to.
So, as each of you reach your respective tiles. Similar thing, ground below, ground above. The light fades from the one beneath you and appears above you. As you guys complete this first wave, we'll call it, the voice from below says the word beginning. And
Beginning.
the tiles beneath you, now that they are dimmed and the ones above you are complete, you notice the flickering lights that have been occurring above you have stopped. And the 3 tiles that you've illuminated are the only things lit up above you, except for the next row of tiles that are in the equivalent distance. So the ones in front of you are vaguely flickering above you.
Wait, what'd you say? That the lights are...
So the tiles that you've completed on this first wave appear perfectly mirroring up above. But in front of that, on the roof, mirroring your current circumstances, the tiles in front of you as a character, above you, are showing as flickering lights. So, long story short, they're next.
The ones in front of us,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
Okay. So let's try to match the tiles again. So I'll get the one in front of me. And this will get number 5. And but now we have a conundrum. Maybe I can jump over here. Halfer can get the one that was below me to put in front of him.
As a note, as you, I assume mage hand or otherwise, get the new tile and lead it into the next space, and Halfir moves from his space to your old space, nothing changes.
So we can safely go now to the spaces where we were before,
Seemingly.
essentially.
As Halfir takes the one from your old space and moves it here, both yours and his illuminate, and you see it above you. And the word intersect booms from above. Below, even.
Okay, so we should be fine for now. Like, Nadissa, you can pass the
Okay.
in front of you, I think.
I suppose somebody hands me the tile, like the one I need to place in front of me.
Yeah.
Jump over with it. We'll leave the other one.
Okay. So, as you jump to the next, and you all look around for a second, you hear the word continue from below. And your 3 tiles are illuminated, similar to the last 3. The next 3 appear mirroring above you, ready for placement.
Okay, so let's do the same then. I suppose. I'll do this.
Halfir takes his forward.
And there's this.
What are Varnex and Carrick doing?
I guess we continue holding onto the rope.
Yeah.
Which by this point, assuming you guys were in place. Okay, so you've essentially got here.
So that's as far as the rope goes.
Yes, unless you get a little bit closer.
forward to the next one.
Mhm.
Yes.
Tile.
The word disarm is spoken from below. And the three are illuminated. The three beneath your feet go dim, and the lights appear above, same as normal. You may continue if you so choose. Halfir is going to leap over here.
Huh? Why would he live over here? Oh. But what are we going to do about this one? Then.
You see as he looks up, it is illuminated above him, and the one he's standing on has lost its light. And he kind of like strokes his beard as he's trying to think about it.
Can you just move over here because it's much more makes sense for you to take this tile over here. And I'll go to the one in front of me. Oh, I mean, could I make this jump pretty easily? Or
I mean, to be
No.
fair, the tiles here are all they've lost their light. They're like the rest. You can walk on them as you want, so you could easily just go there,
okay.
there.
Okay, so I'll go over here then.
Mhm.
But what are we going to do about this one?
Well, seeing as we can't complete this unless we step on it with this tile, I'm gonna say. Then he's just gonna jump over. And as he grabs the tile, leaps over, lands, you hear the heavy stomping as he lands with it. And you see he's like gripping his hands ready to transform as he's looking around. And you just see as the light dims and the light appears above. You then kind of just like, you see him kind of like crick his neck a little as this row loses its light, and you can continue. You also hear from below, correction.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we need to do. I think the three of you can like start like jumping to the tiles.
Alright. I'll grab one of these tiles. Then start making my way across. I assume Carrick will grab the other one.
Sure.
I'm going to ask Halfil if he wants to go over here, and you guys can take this number 3 and put it on those two.
So Halfir will, long story short, kind of like go all the way around, because the space available to each of you doesn't account for two people. You guys would have a real hard time jumping about. So he goes over there, then over there, kind of waits for Nadis to move over.
Yeah. Oh.
And he'll probably wait for you to jump over as well. So,
Carrick, you've got the next tile.
Yeah, I'm aware of this.
Sol, you're in the way of his jump.
Sorry. I'll go over here then. No, wait, he needs to go over here, so I'll go over here. Hold on. Carrick, you go over. Yeah, okay, I'll go over here.
So just for context, we're up to this point of success.
I sort of look over and I just jump to here.
So Halfir goes over here.
Proceed forward.
Halfir completes this one.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to jump to here.
Similar, same thing. The light dims below, the light appears above.
And I'll look to this one over here and I'll jump with that.
Okay. Same thing. This row is completed. Halfir will. Well, I will move Halfir around a little bit so you guys can actually move around.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to grab this tile, number 4, and go over here with the tile.
Okay. Then we'll move Halford about enough to get him inevitably over there. Who wants to take the mask?
I think someone's already got a certain one.
Yeah.
Oh, which one is it?
Yeah.
Number 5?
Number
I've got it.
1.
Number 1.
It
Alright.
is. It is an important distinction.
Alright, I'll continue up, up.
Otherwise, all of you die. Just me
Literally.
and Alfred.
Literally. Just woof. Okay. So it's that tile there. Okay, same thing. That row is completed.
Okay then. Where's
Alf is-
the X thing?
Bippity
Okay,
boppity.
Alfred just
Alf
gonna
has
do
got it.
this.
So he's just like hop, skip, and jump, and that row gets completed.
I'm gonna take number 5 and go here.
Half is
Wait,
then
that is number 5, right? Yeah.
half is then
I'm
going to
gonna
move out of the way.
move. And the number 4, like, right
I'll-
next to you.
I'll grab number 4, and I'll just hop onto here and jump onto there.
I will jump around up here, and then I will proceed all the way up here with the branch.
The branch. Yeah, that's also completed.
For a
Mhm.
second, I thought you said ranch.
I thought he said ranch as well.
My ranch. My ranch, Jason.
Ranch.
Oh, God, I knew someone would. Okay, so long story short, he'll go there.
Oh, like this I will get it. Pew 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 pew.
Ninja leaps. Wah, wah, wah.
Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
Pow. Pow. Pow pow pow.
And then, yeah,
And then
Halfway kind of looks over for a second.
Carrick, we're going to. Okay, I'm going to move here. So he can go. Varnix, you also need to move.
Yeah,
to-
I'll move back as well, yeah.
He kind of looks down into the abyss for a second.
Don't choke.
what's the move?
He jumps down, jumps over, and over, and another row.
This likes this game.
I'm going to move out of the way so Carrick
Same.
can jump
Over here.
and go forward.
He's bringing the ladders, boys. Okay, you guys are noticing as the rows are being illuminated, some parts of the mist that are directly beneath you are slowly fading downward.
Okay. And I'm going to jump to this one.
Bippity boppity. Get off my property. He'll go here.
I'll go up with this one.
I'll move over here.
Who has the final piece?
So it's next to you.
Oh, sorry. I will get it, and I will go here.
So as the final line is placed, you look up, the lights have illuminated, and now up above you, you see as all of the lights are shining with that gentle blue light, you see as they all go out in unison, like someone had snapped their fingers and turned everything off. The wall of light in front of you, suddenly you see this vibration, this wobbling almost, in the shape of a door. You hear from the booming voice below, decision. Choose a tile that represents your need.
Okay.
Journey.
I mean, that could be applied to all of us, essentially. I could go for identity.
This it doesn't know other than branch.
Do we each need a tile, or do we all need to agree on one?
It just said bring a tile. It could mean either.
So we could go with journey.
Or ascension?
Ascension.
I don't know.
Something that should apply to all of us. Why would ascension be applied to all of us? I don't think it applies
I
to
don't, who knows with these pentacle things?
Could be, could be. Well, if we make the wrong choice, like all of you die. All of us die. I mean, I die as well, probably. Too far.
For,
No one choose incarceration.
for simple ease, I'm just going to move all of these.
What about convergence?
Okay.
Everyone in the chat, just type the tile that you think.
There's not really that many people in it.
Just to narrow
For
it down.
all of us, or for me specifically?
Oh no, it's just like to make a group decision. Like,
Okay,
let's go
everybody.
for the tiles that we all think.
Oh, okay, I was going to say everybody do it at the same time, but yeah, you do you.
Yeah.
Everybody
I
write your
agree.
preferred.
And then we'll discuss which ones.
Do I get 4 choices? So it's mostly
I mean,
journey.
you can.
But this it doesn't know anything other than the branched.
Just for context, because he would. And Brick doesn't know what's going on as usual, so.
What does Halfil think?
He's currently looking up at the wall of light in the weird reverberation in the wall itself. And you see he's like moving his hand forward as if to touch it, and as his hand gets close enough, there is this small spark that shocks him back, but not enough to cause any damage. He does kind of like shake his hand for a second though. Turns around, looks at each of you, seemingly at least seeing you looking at him. This is not quite what I expected, but if we want to proceed, I assume under the guidance of her temple, the answer should be one that works for all of us. We must be as
So-
one mind.
So we basically need to convince each other that we need one. So let's go with the obvious one. Convergence. Why and why not?
Convergence, isn't it basically turning 2 different paths into one, unifying something, is it not?
Yes, but you could say that we are all converging our paths together, but we're also all on the same journey as well.
I understand. I
For
understand
each of our
what
own
you.
reason, but yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, Carrick.
Mhm.
However, at this point, we're all still getting to know each other. We're all still on our own separate paths, part of this expedition. So technically, we're all still on our own journey,
Yeah, but
so to speak.
Is this convergence?
Alpha Ascension.
Yes.
Why does it have to be different all the time? Ugh.
why does you have to be different?
Alpha,
Alpha.
do you ask about the reason?
Yes, I am going to do that.
Well, honestly, I would have otherwise said journey, but the word sticks to me for reasons I can't fully explain, but given my life and my devotion, I suppose that would make the most sense for me. Otherwise, yes, I would say journey, and I have no apprehension to go with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
But ascension was the first word that stuck in my throat.
But essentially, it's not what the first thought that we had,
No.
but what we all can agree on. So if you agree on journey, then that's fine, I guess.
He nods.
Let's talk about convergence then.
If we were to do convergence, that would imply that we all agree that this is our path. Like
Oh,
the journey or the primordial gates, the pentacores. That is our journey above all else.
couldn't conversion also mean that we all came to one joint decision that we are to choose convergence to go through the door together?
Holy shit! That was like the smartest thing you've said.
That's so mean.
Carrick also shocks himself slightly by saying that.
That's actually won me over.
Wait, again? What did he say?
I said basically, well, to counteract what Varnex said to choose convergence would mean that we were to all agree on something, and from that point on, it would be our chosen path. And I said, choosing convergence would all mean that we came to the joint decision together to choose convergence and go through the door together with convergence.
I mean,
which is the definition of convergence.
technically, yes.
Yeah, I kind of changed my answer to convergence after that.
Okay, seems like we're on an agreement on convergence then.
Does Karen have inspiration? Because if not, I think that earned it.
I still got inspiration.
I mean, he has inspiration, not to mention, you've still got to convince Saul and Medusa.
No, I'm fine.
You're fine with convergence?
Yes. I mean, he made a really good point.
Medusa? Even though I feel like the answer would just be like,
He
I don't get
said,
it.
Like, he said
Oh.
he'll be right back.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
Nadisha will just go with the flow with the group.
Yeah. Okay. There is one problem, however.
Rick.
Though it depends how much you guys want to take a literal meaning to this. If you believe you all need to be in agreement, or if you believe you just need to represent a tile. Or present a tile, sorry.
Well, Brick has pretty much said that he wants to stick with us. And if, as we continue, we can always help him on his quest. So, by that, he is somewhat technically a part of the group. So I think it wouldn't take much convincing to...
Oh no, it's not the problem of convincing him, it's the fact you can't talk to him, for the most part.
I mean,
Unless...
Carrot knows Orcish.
A little bit.
Obvious.
Garrett can somewhat communicate with him, and Saul has
Hmm.
I
comprehend
can
languages,
understand him.
and I can just give him like thumbs up.
So who's wanting to try and communicate to Brick what's going on?
I'll attempt to.
What do you say? And remember, keep it simple.
Okay. I will point to the tile that is convergence and just say, door said for us to bring one tile through to the door. Choosing that tile. Your thoughts.
So luckily you take a nice gentle slow speed, and he's kind of like staring at you, that sort of face of like, and he does kind of like have to catch up for a second, but then keeps nodding. By the end of it, he is just looking at the convergence tile and then looks around at the other tiles, and he just looks at you and just nods. And then he points at the convergence tile too.
Characters
Okay.
are DMs with a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Seems like we got it.
Okay. Then would you all do me a favour and put the tile in front here?
Correct, since it was. I'll give you the honors.
Alright.
So if you guys want to like shimmy around, so as Carrick steps onto that platform, Hold on, I'll just shimmy you lot real quick, because it may be important. As you step forward with the tile, and you hold it forward in front of the door. Hello, return. As you hold the tile for convergence in front of the door, you see what looks to be like a hand, a dark-skinned, mildly illusory hand with a ring on each finger, each with this glistening amethyst trapped in a golden ring, reaches out, and the hand hovers over the top of the convergence tile, and I would say you wouldn't really be taken aback by this per se. You see as the hand hovers over it, the tile glyph, the energy from the tile itself, is exhumed and drawn through the illusion. You see the hand suddenly, from the tips of the fingers down to the arm itself behind the door, you see it starts to come to life almost, as you see this figure. Gonna move him a little bit out of the doorway. And for some context, where are you? If you guys look in NPCs, gods and entities, affluence, you see a drow figure with these deep purple robes with assortments of colours of silvers and golds. Their head is covered by a hood, but you can see deep purple eyes. They have what looks to be a long staff down their back, and their hands are very well kept. They have these deep purple veins running through their arm, and as they've exhumed the power of the rune and they appear in the space, they take steps out of the light door itself. The tile crumbles to dust, and as this figure appears, stepping over the what looks to be abyss itself, They make no sound. And then their eyes look over each of you. I am Affluence. I am the guardian and informant of this temple and the building that it hides. I would look upon each of you with my own eyes were it an option, but unfortunately this visage will have to do. Fear not, for what I am is only temporary. This is a sense of falsified life. Mine is an illusory image. I have used the magic of the tile to give myself a representation of life, so I might guide you to where you might best be suited. First, I would ask a question. You have chosen the tile of convergence. Seemingly, were I to decipher the meaning behind this, looking upon you all, this would mean you have come to a united decision. Would that be correct?
Yes.
The eyes turn and look toward you, and then continue to look toward the others.
Onyx
wave
nods
at
his
her.
head.
A fine group I see before me. Looking over your persons, you are rather rough around the edges, however, I do not see any malice behind your eyes. I will not trigger any of the traps in this room, solely on that fact. However, I will. One of the hands moves up slightly and you see it, the fingers curl into a fist. The two statues to your left and right, you start to hear this sucking sound as the weird blue fog from beneath you is drawn outward, up towards the mouths and drawn into it. As you guys now look down, you see this pit goes down further than 120 feet. I will let you know you have succeeded in the trial and earned a degree of trust from me. This pit below would have been your death. Congratulations on bypassing this. Not many are capable. Only one other has ever come this far. And they were not as stalwart as each of you appear to be. They proceeded to trick, manipulate, and even force the end of their allies. Cooperation is a necessity for this temple of waves. You must be as water must be. But this temple is not just in honor to Chloris herself. It hides a dark secret, one of which I am not within current knowledge nor willingness to tell you of, but you must know, should you find these secrets, I urge you to step carefully. Under the law of convergence, I am to answer any one question about this temple. You see, he holds her hand up. I will guide you through this question. Tell me, what is it you want to know? And of course, Halfie is kind of just like looking over each of you.
Onyx is just going to look behind and just check if Nadis is going to say anything on a chance that she'll waste the question.
I'll look to Halthir and just say, you deem to be the wisest of them. How would you answer this question?
He looks over to Affluence and says, I was guided here by vision. I have always heard what I believe to be the voice of Chloris beyond the veil. I need to know not only why, but if I can help bring the return of the gods somehow. Everything about this place has called me. It has drawn me closer, and he pulls out his pentacle. These devices. You see, Affluence's head lowers just a little bit to look down toward the pentacle, and his eyes stay fixated on it for a couple of seconds. Then the eyes meet Helfir's eyes once more. I want to know why they have such a deep connection with so many of the elemental towers of this land, and what my connection is to it all, to the gods. I want to know, can I meet and can Chloris help us here? And Affluence's eyes scan over each of you. Is this question acceptable for all of you?
Do we just get one?
You only have the one. You could call it magic, will fade after one.
So essentially he wanted to ask something about Pentecost and if it would lead us to what we're looking for?
In Halfir's
What
terms,
it
it's more, why do I have this, and will it lead me to helping the gods escape, pretty much.
Why do he have he took it? I mean, that's why.
I sort of look upon the figure that's just at the moment doing them. Well, more or less, I look upon everyone and I'll just answer. It is an agreeable question. We seek knowledge, and seeking knowledge from a higher power would probably appease everyone's mind.
The eyes scan across each of you for some degree of agreement to that.
Lucy looks confused, but she shakes it like she nods her head.
Then, if that is acceptable. The eyes turn. He points to the pentacle. What you have is, in my language, known as a trapping cube, or a pentacore in common. It is used to bind, to tell, and generally to control the machines of where I was forged, where I was birthed, you could say. I am something of an illusion, but also a living creature, a construct. I am everything at once in this form. That device is what is used in the building concealed, masqueraded behind this veil. It is what is used to bind those we do not trust, or release them should they have met their penance. As for if it can help you with your gods, there is a certain possibility, yes. Though I do not seem capable of giving you anything more than this, I can tell you at the very least it is powerful. Even one is capable of a large-scale detonation, should it be mishandled. But since you hold it with clear activation prior, it means either your lineage is that is trusted, or someone has unlocked it in your behalf and has allowed your continued use of it. I. You see the eyes they kind of like narrow for a second, and he's not looking at anyone particular. He kind of like looks and zones off for a second, and he furrows his brows as he's trying to think. It's like the words are lost to him suddenly. I apologize. I cannot seem to find the information. But nevertheless, I believe in terms of helping you retrieve your gods, they would help, though that is not their purpose. In terms of Chloris, since this temple is devoted to her, and as part of a Lunaris doctrine, we were allowed to use it in her absence. We allow her followers free roam with a degree of punishment should you harm anything within our buildings. But your answer, I believe, shall be sated with this. The eyes scan over each of you once more. My form is fading, though, as you have passed all the tests necessary, and you are of a united mind, I will allow you to go forward. Beyond this point is one of the hidden zones. It is also partially still a temple to Chloris. You may move as you see fit, though be wary repercussions will be met should you tamper. The head lowers slightly and the back arches, the arms spread out wide as they curtsy to you, and their form slowly returning to more of a see-through one. They then raise their head up slowly. My name was Affluence. I bear you all good tidings, and I bear thee well. There's a very small corner smile, and the head lowers, the eyes are covered in darkness from the hood, and then the form itself, it kind of like falls away as almost like wind had swept it. And as Affluence seemingly disappears, you see a bubbling in the wall where that door-shaped vibration had started, and you see as what looks to be a small gap is opened up, and you see a purple portal open up that leads to a dark place with the sounds of gently moving water. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should go then.
Yeah, we should continue.
Should be our case.
Atlesia is ready.
But remember, don't touch anything. Otherwise we'll have an Aladdin on our hands.
Okay. Let me just check some stuff real quick. Your tokens were unnecessarily sized. Very weird. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And bippity vamonos. Can you all see the map? You are on the topmost side of the map at the minute.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah, I can see.
that's a big map.
Yep. So, as you guys all step through, one by one, immediately your feet step into a minimum of like waist high, very slightly slurried or like almost mud like water, and it stinks. It smells like horrid viscera and just rot. As you guys kind of like look around, you see little like lumps of like mud or possibly something worse is constantly moving across the surface of the water. Beneath your feet, you can't really see your feet too well. But the little bits of clear that you do manage to get, you can see you're currently stepping on what's like muddied ground. This place has been long since flooded, possibly multiple times. And it's in many levels of disrepair for a temple to a water goddess. And it's real nasty around here. Ahead of you, you see a large rock formation that seems to be a good like 20 foot tall. For those of you who can see anyway. Otherwise, the rest of you are probably mostly blind.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a degree of free roam.
The blizzard doesn't like this place. It's yucky.
I guess we just slowly make our way forward.
I concur.
You're not a conquer.
Yeah.
As you guys are moving forward through the slushing waters, you are feeling that kind of like stickiness almost. It's not enough to give you half movement or anything, but it just kind of makes you feel just a little grim. Saul?
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Just wanted to make sure you didn't get lost. Everybody make me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
And stop moving. Ooh, lovely.
Perception, I'm going to roll my real dice just to see.
Nice.
Not that I don't trust digital dice.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. Roll it, baby. 11.
It's double digits at least.
I mean, it's a start.
Yeah, I'm going to roll perception on digital just to see the difference.
You watch it be higher.
No, I'm just curious to see the difference.
Lower. Okay.
No.
Probably good.
See, yeah, it's good to use real dice. I've learned.
Okay.
Money well spent.
So, oh wait, got to do health fair as well. Pity. Halfir, Carrick, and Mosey, or Sol, you kind of looking around.
Oh.
Yep.
It's 14. I just realised I got +3 for perception.
Nice. You are one off. Just
Oh.
barely off. As you guys are looking around, a lot of these weird, like black, like mud pieces that are like moving across the water as it slowly. It moves gently every now and again. It's not like a wave is moving it. It's almost like there's just this constant ebb and flow. Maybe it's something to do with the building. Maybe it's just an effect of Chloris as a water goddess. And this building is just imbued with that. But every now and again, these pieces of like black mud, you guys will see them in the distance, and then they'll fall submerged. Which, in its own at first, doesn't seem like much of a weird thing. And then you'll see a couple of feet away from that, you see it very slowly emerge and continue moving along the water as if nothing changed. It's always at something of a 20-foot distance of you that these things seem to happen. As you guys are looking around yourselves, the black sludge of some kind, it's always still, and if you kind of like push it out the way, it will just move. It feels disgusting and it sticks horribly, but you do kind of like you are able to like push it away. But there's this just a weird feeling about it all. You may will continue.
Can I just grab my quarterstaff?
Mhm.
And just as I'm moving ahead, can I just submerge one end of the staff in the water ahead of me? If there are any large pieces in front, just to move them out of the way with my staff.
Okay. Yeah.
In case.
So you do see like one as you're moving along, and you kind of like just push it under and move it out of the way. And yeah, it submerges, and you can't really see if it stays on the ground or if it just goes a little bit under the water. It really is just that inky and just grim. But it seems to be pushed out of the way, and you don't see it again.
Alright, so as I'm moving forward, I'm just gonna slowly move the staff from one side to the other, kind of like a blind person with those sticks.
Walking like a blind man can.
Yeah, like that. Like slowly from one end to the other in case it hits anything.
Mhm.
There's like anything alive and stuff like that in case.
Okay. Can I have another perception check? Carrick. Yeah, Carrick.
Okay.
So as you're kind of like keeping an eye, you're seeing Varnix ahead of you is like pushing these things out of the way. Everyone's like slowly getting closer. Everyone's kind of staying in like a nice cone around each other. As you're like looking around, you kind of like turn back, keeping an eye. You see this large, horrid like level of black sludge along the side of the the rock formation over here. This large like slab of it, almost like dripping down the side of the rock formation. And at first you don't think too much of it as you see it like drip down into the water and make this gentle splash. But then, as you're just about to turn away, you see what looks to be that same thing that dripped into the water suddenly resurfaces, and you see a couple of what look to be like little tendrils almost of its ichor, its blackness, that grab back onto the rock formation and quickly climb up and return to the total. It returns to that slab of blackness. The sludge is alive with the sound of hunger.
Did this prefer an alarm clock?
'Twas my alarm.
Okay. I sort of I sort of like keep my eye contact on it, and I'll proceed forward a little bit more within closer earshot of Varnex and just say, that black slime seems to be alive.
As in the slime was standing in, Lee.
Seemingly.
A a good bunch of it just formed together behind me at the mound of rocks over there.
With that, I stop. My quadstaff just stops. And I just look down at the slime.
As you look down at the slime, you see it's still stuck to the edge of your staff, and as you're kind of looking at it for a moment, you kind of like turn your head a little bit. You're keeping it at a nice enough distance, but then you see all of a sudden as it completely encompasses the edge of the bottom of your staff, and it begins crawling up your staff. At that same moment, the giant slab comes to motion and leaps towards Sol. Let's have an initiative before we go.
Yikers.
You have hungry ooze.
Initiative +4. Again, not that I don't trust digital dice, I'm going to use my real one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this +4. Damn it. 4 + 4, 8.
Nah.
So you're going to have to change mine to 8.
I mean here. It's easy enough. Where are you?
Oh, mine on the list.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. It's easy. Boop. This is there. Health here. Bip. Oh, damn, health here. Okay, so this will be a surprise round because they have appeared in a moment, and at the very least on Sol anyway.
Before we begin,
Mm-hmm.
is this going to take a while?
Oh, it will. We're not doing the actual encounter here.
Okay.
I'm just doing the opening cinematic, if you want. So firstly, just so it's out of the way and we can actually do a proper initiative next time, the lovely boys are gonna get a little bit closer and 20 and make themselves known. 20 as they start to leap out of the murky waters. 20. Just making sure that's everybody. Cool. So only the one on the edge of Varnex's staff and the giant one that's after Sol are going to be able to attack because they actually surprised you all. They are going to do a pseudopod onto the pair of you because they are big boys.
So what
A pseudopod.
the fuck is that?
They're gonna slap you.
Okay.
I love that.
For simple context.
They're gonna slap you.
Okay.
Can I react to it since we were somewhat aware of it?
I would say you could, but it depends on what you want to do. In terms of Sol, no, because he wasn't given enough time to be aware. Not to mention it's a surprise. It's technically speaking, you guys have no reaction time. But in the case of you, because it was on the edge of your staff.
Well, my instant thought when I saw sludge creeping up on my staff, I legit was just thinking breath weapon, because if I saw ooze just creeping up at me, I'm thinking fire, instinctively.
Okay. We will do their attacks first, because in terms of how it would line up, they would do their sneak, and then you can do yours. Because to be fair, you're expending a thing, so it's not the worst. So it's this one in front of you. So this big boy up here on you, Sol, gets a 15 to hit. You will take quite a chunky amount of damage. 5 bludgeoning and 15 acid damage.
Holy fuck.
Are you wearing any armor? Non-magical
No.
or otherwise?
No, I have no armor.
Okay.
I'm not proficient in armor.
That's probably a good thing. So, as it leaps from off of the mound, like this large black mass toward you, it lands, splashes into the ground in front of you. This large wave blocks your vision, and then the next thing you see is a large tendril. What looks to be just... It's just viscous black mud that strikes against you, and immediately you feel this burning sensation as you see this large amount of black acid start to melt your skin. Just checking some bits real quick. Cool. And yeah, because you're not wearing any armor, there's no fun stuff that happens. And for you, Varnex, because we have a very lucky circumstance of you being technically aware, you're not going to take the natural 20 that it hits you with. So it only hit you
Jesus.
with a 10, luckily. So it does not hit.
Wait, 10 damage or 10 armor class?
10 to hit. Because if it had advantage on you and you
Alright.
were completely unaware, it would have got a natural 20.
Thank you, Garrick.
Thank you, Carrick.
So,
Thanks, Obama.
thanks, Obama. Okay.
Good score.
So this one here misses you. You can do your breath attack.
Alright, my legit reaction to seeing the sludges climb up was breath attack the end of my stick and just shake it off.
Just saying, because
Ew.
because it is attached to your stick will toast as well.
I know.
Okay. Just checking.
Where's my breath weapon thing? Oh, here it is. Screw it, I'll try the digital dice.
I mean, it's something. Okay, so the Constitution save. Ooh. 22. So does he take off?
I can't say on the top of my head, just let me read breath weapon. It's not on this sheet. I could have sworn I had it on. Breath weapon. It doesn't say it on here, so I can't say if it does or not.
Let me just double check real quick.
I'll have to check thingy.
Dragonborn. Half as much on a failed save.
That's much, so pretty much 2 then.
Yes.
Is that my quarterstaff toast then?
I wouldn't say toast. I will just say that, luckily, unluckily, because of the damage, and because the creature is obviously mostly consuming the stuff, you have scorch marks along it, but it's still usable. So it's kind of like a cool battle scar for your staff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creature takes a little bit of damage, and it seems to recoil slightly.
Yeah, so my instinct was just breath weapon. So my instinct upon seeing a crawl of the staff was just breath weapon to step on fire and just shake the stick to get it off.
For the time being, it will still be on your staff. So we'll see what happens next session, my dudes. Just saying. This is maybe part 3. Oh no, this is part 2 of a possibly 4-part map. So you guys are you got some bits coming for you soon. Yay!
Yay.
Good luck.
Oh, hot diggity.
But that'll be that for now.
Well,
Okay then.
I will presumably see you lot next week.
yeah.
Yep, see you then.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I do
now.
want to ask you something before you come off, though, Lee.
Yeah.